Am I back? Yeah. Oh, it looks like I'm back. There's some people on. All right, so this is a sculpture we have. Yeah, we just had to reconnect the router to these little Wi-Fi pods that we have in our house. Apparently, the new router does not take kindly to my phone or something. I don't know. It's never done this before. A little annoying. Yeah, either way, we're back now. If it works like how it does in like after and it puts a million ads wherever it cuts out. Hey Taryn. Yeah. This is like the third live feed. Whatever. We'll see how it goes. I am doing all right. It took a while for it to get back on. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I love sculpting too. Well, I mean, I just started, but so far I think I like it. Right now what I'm doing is just adding some water to the sculpture itself. I had it wrapped in some wet paper towels to keep it moist so it doesn't, crumble. Even though when I brought it in the car, it decided to, well, it didn't decide to. Uh, Road of Nightmares decided for me. It was super slippery, and it eventually caused my, this thing to tip over, and it flattened his nose a little bit, which was not fun. But, I fixed it just in time for me to go live and see you guys. Hey, everyone. It looks great so far. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I have my little assortment of tools here, and I also brought with me my little planning page to go off of. I think I made the head in like my little planning page. It's more hair on this guy than there is on this guy, and there's more of a jaw or a chin, I guess, on this guy. But if you'll notice, I think I nailed the lips. That's pretty much exactly what I had on the drawing. Yes, Mom? Oh, were you closing the door? Usually when I hear a door squeak, it means someone's coming down. All right, so yeah, right now I'll just give you guys a really quick, I guess, look around of what I have so far. I've been doing this in class over the past week or so, and it's a dude. It's a dude, and he's got. You'll notice, one would notice that he's missing a little chunk of his face here, or just the skin, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so it goes down to like what, is my attempt at a skeleton. And I think it looks all right. I'm going to fix the bottom teeth a little bit here because they look a little wonky. So that's what we're going to work on today, as well as the back of the head. It's missing some hair. Yeah, Creep City. That's a little creepy. What I have planned for it is actually to paint it like a realistic face. And then the skull or the skeleton underneath is going to be like gold. It's going to be painted gold. I think it'll look really cool. So I'm just going to smooth it out a little bit. And I think there's a better angle to get this at. Maybe if I push it back a little more. The way my phone magnifies images is so weird. It doesn't look... There. That's a little better of a view. But I can't put it back there because my desk isn't there and the tripod can't sit on anything. So yeah, hold on. I'll turn it this way as well. He's leaning a bit, but that's intentional, so I could show a little bit of that here. It looks, that being his jaw with a little roll of skin underneath. Like, not really a roll, but this part on his chin, I mean. So yeah, we'll work on the hair, finish all of that, and then fix the wonky skeleton. Actually, maybe we should start with the wonky skeleton head. Yeah, okay. I think that's what we're going to start with. So, actually, what I'm going to do really quick is, since I'm not working on it and I don't want it to dry out, and it's pretty dry in my basement here where I'm working, I am going to cover his shoulders with a moist paper towel. And you can already tell it's been used, and not like, to blow my nose in or anything. That'd be kind of gross. It looks like it. But yeah, no, it's already been used to cover him before. I guess I'll give him a little cape. Let's see. I'm proud of you. It really looks cool. You're a way cool teenager than I was. Oh, I'm sure that's not true. I am not. If you ask anyone who knows me, they will fully disagree with you. I am not a cool teenager. I'm glad you like it though. I'm just gonna wring this one out as well, and I'm gonna put this one just across the front, and maybe I should get one for his head. I guess we'll see. It looks like I might just be adding some water here. It looks like he's getting ready for a haircut. I guess more of a hair grow, really, or hair sculpt. The hair's there, it just doesn't look like hair yet. Okay. I am. Oh, great job. My favorite is sculpting. I like sculpting a lot too. I think I said that earlier in the live, but it's true. You know, I just started and I already really like it. Sculpting is a lot of fun. Sculpt a lit sig on the skeleton side. That's actually a really good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I think I'm going to take the slightly lazy way. I like the idea of him holding something in his teeth. I think I'm going to put an actual toothpick in his teeth, like sticking out on the skeleton side so you can see it being held between the teeth, because I don't want to make his mouth that open. I guess it wouldn't be that. Oh, that would be so much. Oh, that's a good idea. If I had the option to make his mouth like, a different shape now, while the clay was still very fresh, I would definitely have done that. That's a good idea. But you did give me the idea to give him, I guess, I guess, I guess a toothpick in his mouth, which is still gonna look pretty interesting. You'll notice it looks a little too bulbous on here. Just a little bit too, too round. It looks a little too meaty, I guess. That's a weird way of putting it. It would look better if it's flat, so what I'm doing is just taking clay off, and I'm actually putting it on my little pile of paper towels here to keep it moist, just in case I want to use it for later. So, yeah, oops. Well, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant to do at all. Yeah, all right. So it looks like, I think I figured out what's going to make it look a little bit better. His chin does build up to where the skeleton's chin is. I guess the skeleton is part of him, so I could just add some clay there. Oh, and actually, I have a mug of water here for me to add little pieces of clay on with. Loving the skull part. Well, thank you very much. I think it is turning out pretty decent, at least. There we go. You're going to pass public speaking with flying colors. You take it. Oh, if you take it in university. Actually, I've been thinking about that because public speaking is like a pretty useful skill. It's different on a live feed because you can't like see the reaction of people, like their disapproving expressions. Public speaking is way scarier because you can actually see like, oh, I said something stupid and now everyone looks like I said something stupid. Like they're looking at you. It's different. I've only ever had to like speak in front of a big group of people once, and I was presenting an essay. It was nerve-wracking. I don't know. Maybe it's just different on YouTube. I think I could probably do it now because I've had more experience, but you know, hey everyone joining. Yeah, it is coming along, I think. So basically, I guess I can show you my strategy. Also, his face is pretty flat. I might change that. Nah, I'm probably not going to change that. All right, I'm going to grab my pointy wooden tool, also stolen from my art classroom. Not stolen. She gave it to me to use, and I do intend on returning it, so it's not stolen. It's just borrowed. I guess that's exactly what it is. I said it like, oh, it's borrowed, like I was kidding. No, yeah. I have, all of this was given to me. I was lucky enough to have it given to me by my school. And they have enough clay in their room to build like, you know, another classroom, or at least enough to fill one. They have the most ridiculous amount of like of clay, like modeling clay. It's insane. I have with me the biggest block of clay ever. Like, I don't need that much, but I have it, just in case I ever want to make 3 more sculptures. I'm not even like exaggerating. I probably could. I only used a little bit of that chunk. There was more. This was also part of that when I got it, which is kind of insane. All right. I am basically just making as much texture as possible on his hair and following the lines that I would assume his hairline would follow, and it all swoops into this one point where his part is. That looks like a brain in a bag. Talk about gray matter. It does actually look like a brain in a bag. I've never thought about it like that. You know, That's, you guys are weird. No, just kidding. It does. Well, it does now. Yeah. What you got in that bag? Don't worry about it. Hmm. Yeah. All right. Looks like it's coming along all right. You know, I think it is anyway. I'm just gonna. He also needs a little bit of sideburns, so that's probably good to add in there as well. Keep it in the freezer, like the clay. I've never heard of keeping it like in the freezer. I thought you had to keep it like warm, like a terrarium in there. Like you had to like keep it like really warm and like moist if possible. And then what I do is just add water and smooth it out. Less likely to crack in the kiln. This is actually the first part. You guys are seeing like basically, yeah, because it's a brain. Here, let's see. Let's see. I believe that it does, but they can do it at the school. Okay, I'm missing a part of what is being said. Van Gogh. What you're you want me to chop its ear off? Hmm. Yeah, that was Van Gogh that did that, right? Yeah, I didn't just say like the wrong artist. I wasn't like I wasn't like super violent sounding to like the wrong artist, you know. Oh, why can't I think of any other like super famous artist for some reason? Uh yeah, Da Vinci. You want me to dismember him? Why would you say that? No. I Yeah, okay. It was Van Gogh. I thought he didn't uh I read on like some website that he didn't actually cut his ear off, but cut a part of his ear. And the reason people thought he cut his whole ear off is because of the painting that he made of himself with a big bandage around his head. But I think he did, or at least a good chunk of it. Let's see. So the flatness of his face looks really right. Yeah. Hmm. He does. Maybe I'm like stuck in painting mode, you know? Painting in 2D. I'm figuring out 3D. I've never actually sculpted anything like this before. I did like a little pottery thing. It was like a pig, and then I painted like a bunch of graffiti on the side. And actually, interesting-ish story. When I was in still junior high, so I guess for the people in the States, that would be I guess what is it? I don't know. Someone just starting high, so like basically like grade 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, I don't know why that took me so long to say. Yeah, 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I got distracted by my little sculpture. In grade 7, 8, and 9, I had this sculpture contest with my class, kind of, where we all sculpted something and we had a chance to have it like submitted and entered into a contest. But our school was canceled, and this was in I think 2020. So our school was canceled, and I never saw that piece again. So somewhere out there, I have my first sculpture floating about. You know, I think it just went into like a. What even happened to it? Where would they put it? Like, no, someone made a sculpture, but it's gone now. It's just gone. Maybe I should ask my school about that. Yeah, I'll try to get it back so I could show you guys. It was pretty decent. At least it was at the time. I'm not gonna if if I like spend a lot of time trying to get it back and it's not like worth getting back, I'm going to be so disappointed. So disappointed. Yeah, so what I'm doing basically is like creating a lot of different textures with basically just this one tool. I haven't really used a lot of the other tools, even though, I probably should have. I don't care. I have a whole assortment of tools. Here, I have a paintbrush for smoothing out rough texture with water, whatever these little scoopy things are, more scoopy things, toothpick, that's what I call it. That's not, I wouldn't recommend it. It probably wouldn't be good. And then two other wooden tools. I mostly use the wooden tools on this. Maybe that's just like my preference. Using like more wooden tools than metal. Maybe I'm just more primitive. It's looking all right so far, I think. And so like this is where his part is, like right in this little area. So I'm gonna make his hair all leading into that point. And I'm just gonna make it really rough for now, and I'm gonna smooth it out later with the paintbrush. Like so. Glad the Wi-Fi finally is working. Took so long. But, we're here now. You know, took it took a good like what, 30 minutes, 40 minutes for me to try to get it working. This is my third attempt at a live feed, and it looks like it's the one that's working so far. It's lasted the longest. The other ones lasted like 5 minutes. Ugh. Yeah, well, it's working now, so that's good. And his hair is gonna come down right about there. My voice is probably getting all over the place. I'm like leaning my head every which way in really ridiculous angles, actually. You guys are missing out. Can't see it. All right, I know it looks more realistic like this, I think. However, I want it to have like the typical clay sculpture look. And I don't want it to be like super likely to disintegrate when I heat it up above like 30 degrees. Like the second it enters the kiln, it's gonna just like melt. Not exactly what I'd want. You know, less than preferable. Maybe if I got a video, it would make a more interesting YouTube video. I melted a clay thing. Yeah. His hair is still a little bit squished because of it falling in my car, but it looks like it's building up more. I'll fix it in like most of it today, or I'll get most of it as fixed as possible. So we'll start working on the front. There we go. All right. So yeah, he does look like he's getting ready to go to the barber's. His clothes are basically all done, so I'm not going to get too much further into that. However, no one's hair is like that. He's got Lego man hair right now. I don't think he should have Lego man hair. So, out of my ridiculous block of clay, I'm going to take the tiniest piece ever and make like all the tiny little details I can. And then for the new people here, or the people who just joined, basically what I'm doing is I'm sculpting this so I can later, paint it and, hopefully make it look really realistic. A marble for an eye would look really cool. That is actually a really good idea. Sorry, I wasn't laughing at your comment. I was laughing at someone, repeating my Lego man hair comment. It's right, though. For those who have seen the Lego movie, you cannot tell me that that doesn't look like the main character's hair. For detail, use a toothpick. Actually, so two things. Later in the live feed, I will be getting a toothpick, but to actually put in here like that. Well, that just looks ridiculous. I probably... Oh, and, spoiler, kind of. This is what I was going to be... Like, this is my fine detail toothpick kind of thing. It's basically a toothpick, except it's like metal, and I'm less likely to chew on it. Less likely to, by just a little bit. I've had to redo that eye so many times. It's insane. I think what I'm gonna do is, I know there are some like really good glossy paints that I can use. I'm gonna get like the glossiest paint I can find, and try to make like a super realistic looking eye. Like it'll look like it actually has like tears in the eye. Not really tears. He's not meant to be crying. He's meant to just look like intense. You know, now that I look at it a little bit, his mouth kind of reminds me of a certain Russian president a tiny bit. That is not what I was going for, but you know, I think yeah, when it's close up in the camera, it does a little bit look like that. Something about this little guy, or little, yeah, I guess he is little. Something about him looks Russian to me, to some extent. All right, I am just gonna try to work that in, and I'm just gonna cut it up a little bit. Not necessarily like until it falls off like that. He does look like him. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that, but you know, I saw it before. You'll notice this is going to be a video actually. I'm just doing like the final details on this live. I am going to make a video about this sculpture. It'll be part 1 of 2, and there is a phase in my editing that I called it the Jeff Bezos phase, because he was bald and looked like, to me, quite a lot like Jeff Bezos. But then again, I'm not very good at recognizing faces, apparently. So it might not just it might just look like nothing. Less likely to chew on it. Translation: it is still a possibility. Yes, it is. When I'm drawing, I don't even think. I'll just like randomly chew on something. Like, I don't know. I'm not even like kidding. Like the end of most of my paintbrushes, you'll notice paint flakes off because I chewed it, and all the little divots, you know, I picked it out. Well, you were right. You called it. I never show it in my videos because, like, I don't intentionally do it, but I do. Maybe I'm part beaver. I just like eating wooden things. Yeah, part beaver. That's exactly what I. Yeah. Is the quality of like the video, or not the quality? Is the internet all right on here? Because it looks like it hasn't buffered much for me. It's buffered twice, but not much more than that. Is it good? Can you guys see? Let's see. Watch out for the slivers. Yeah. Uh, this sculpture could easily be used to make a political statement. That is not what I'm going for. I swear, it is not a political statement. It is, however, a dude. A skeleton dude. It is a skeleton man. And it's looking all right. I think I made the eye a little more visible there. Let's see, what am I... Oh, no buffer here? Good. Okay, I'm glad that it's not buffering anymore for you guys. It did say connection lost really quick, but I just kind of skimmed past it and didn't say anything. Because, like, hopefully it didn't lose it for very long, but it looks like it's fine. All right. So, his eye is very shiny. Looks kind of funky, actually. I'm going to flatten it out. Hopefully, I can get the paintbrush dry enough so it doesn't just make it wetter. Yeah, that looks all right. Okay. So his hair is going to be an issue for me. I think there's something that... Oh, you know what? His hair is in a swoop now. Or it is going to be in a swoop now. There. Now it makes a little more sense why it just ends there. The barber didn't just go like, you know? I don't know what noise that was. That was my barber cutting hair noise. Don't pay any attention. It was. I regret that. This guy is lucky that I. Oh, oop, tapped on the comment by accident. But I have so much respect for him and his family and the jokes that I could be making. Oh, could get me banned for life. Oh, yeah. I don't know. YouTube is like a place of, I don't know. It's like pretty controversial. It's like super censored for everything. My only take on it is like, first of all, why'd they get rid of the dislike button? That was a terrible, terrible idea, in my opinion. You know? But overall, it gives a lot of people a platform to do what they like, so I'm not complaining too much. It would take quite a bit for you to get banned, Jim. Yes, it would. It would take a while. We'd have to scroll all the way up to the comment, have to like figure out how to delete you. No, we wouldn't. It would take a lot. Right now, I'm just sculpting out a little more of the nose. I want to make it look a little more sharp, I guess. Sharper. A little sharper. Let's see. I live on a property that is the largest ceramic shop in the Pacific Northwest. They have hundreds of thousands of clay casting mold. Really? That's insane. Hundreds and thousands, or 100,000s. I don't know. I know I read it right, but I said it wrong. Just pretend I said it right. Yeah, I said it right. In a different world. All right, that looks a little more like a nose, I think. I might be lying to myself. Yeah, that looks like a nose, and I built like a. Well, I guess maybe it's just the lighting. Did I mess it up? It looks a little wonky from that angle, actually. Maybe looking at someone from that lighting is not very flattering. I'm just gonna make the assumption that that part of his eye is way too sunken in. That should be built up just a little more. His cheek should be built up more. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to build his cheek up a little more. Lighting helps a lot with this kind of stuff. I'm usually working in my classroom. It's kind of like super super easy for this to dry, so I'm not like focused too much on details than like actual form. I'm kind of like get it done as fast as possible because like if you don't, it's gonna dry in front of you. Hey, there's a giant ceiling fan directly above my little island that I'm in. We call it a little island. My little desk pod. Literally a giant fan right on top of it. So you know what's not good for sculpting? That is the opposite of what I needed. It was like at first I didn't even really notice it, but like 30 minutes in on like the first day of working on this, I could feel it drying as I was working. It was super annoying. So it's way better now. Anyway, yeah. That looks a little better. I'm going to work a little more on that after. You know what? That's a little less Putinish. I mean, Putinish. I didn't. Nah. Huh. It's a little less looking like the Russian president. Still, I think it might be the mouth. Something about the mouth. And the eye. He's just supposed to be a guy. No one in mind when I made this. Actually, I made this completely. Yeah, I need a humidifier. I do. I think we have a lot of them in this house. I just never actually thought to bring one, down to my room. Yeah, for this sculpture I had no one in mind, really. It's just whatever came to my mind. It's whatever I felt looked like a human face, I tried to make. So I was like, a nose, what does that look like? The humidifier tip is actually perfect. Yeah, why don't I just keep a humidifier with me? I mean, I couldn't bring this to class. I have to actually give all, or not give all, but bring all of this back. because I'm supposed to work in class. So that should be interesting. But yeah, don't think I can bring a humidifier there. However, when I do bring this back here, I will definitely bring one down. Actually, if my mother is listening, hey mom, do you think you could bring me a Q-tip, please? And you know, if I can get a Q-tip, I think what I'm gonna do is paint it white. It'll probably. Should I paint it white or just leave it? I think she heard me. Thank you, mom. I hear walking. There we go. Looks a little more like a face. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a crack. That is a crack that I did not fill since I molded it. Right in the ear. Thank you, mom. I am. Thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, wait, I meant toothpick.
Oh, you said Q-tip.
I said Q-tip.
Oh,
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you anyway, mom. Yeah. Oh, well, I misspoke. I meant toothpick. He's supposed to look like a cool guy. Look like a cool guy. There.
You made me have a workout.
Sorry. Thank you, mom. This is perfect. All right.
So you missed Hannah's comment. She said that it looks like you're dissecting a cadaver.
Oh.
And in that case, its face would look flatter.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. That actually.
Yep.
Thank you. That actually leads me.
Don't you have some art
So.
that you had at that auction on Saturday?
Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me, mom. Yeah. So on Saturday, if you go to kauctions.ca, Kastner Auctions, I have 3 of my best paintings going up for sale. If you guys are interested, you guys will be able to bid and hopefully get one of them because I was really proud of them. I can't show you what they look like because they're already gone, like they're there already. But yeah, if you're interested, you go check it out. That's a giant toothpick. Actually, now that I think about it, the cigarette comment actually is a good idea because this toothpick is about cigarette size for his tiny little head. It sounds like I'm insulting him, and I'm not. I'm not making fun of his little clay head. I'm gonna paint it white. I think. I don't know which end goes in your mouth, but he's meant to look hardened, so I guess it would make sense. All right, so I've got myself some white paint, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some on this paper. Honestly, this little planning page isn't super important. Actually, why don't I just stick it in the tube and paint it that way? Oh yeah, that leads me onto something about the cadavers. The reason Da Vinci and Michelangelo could make such realistic sculptures is because they were very likely grave robbers. Like, I mean, it worked. I'm sure they didn't mind. The cadavers, I mean. There. Huh. I think you were right. There we go. He has got himself a cigarette. A cigarette. Ow. All right. That looks a little better. Last 2 years have taken so long and yet seem to fly by. I completely agree. It's going by so fast. I'm like seeing like videos that I felt like just happened, or videos that my dad has made, and then, like I'll look at the stamp and it says like 2 years ago. What? I think they're lying. Oop. Yeah, artistic and educational purposes. That's true. It's pretty smart actually. Oh, I mean, I'm not endorsing, grave robbing. Maybe don't do that. I'm pretty sure there's like a website you can just look up. Not to to grave rob. I mean, like for human anatomy. Uh, yeah, but like they had such realistic sculptures that like you could look at the specific muscles tensed on their arm, and it would be exactly what you would see if it was on an actual human. It was so realistic, and that's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't ever think I'm gonna get that dedicated to art. You know, dedicated enough to rob a grave. Maybe that should be my next YouTube video. No, it should not. It should not be. Oh yeah, thank you, Mom. She posted the link to the auction. So if you guys, you know, if you guys want to bid, or just check it out in general, that would be really cool. Yeah, probably the best paintings I've ever made are in that auction. And I'm currently working on a few other paintings that might join that auction as well. We'll have to see. It, excuse me, I have got the hiccups. That is, oh my goodness, that is unfortunate. What a terrible timing. What a terrible timing. What terrible time. What terrible timing. Yeah, my hiccups are silent. They're either silent or like really weirdly loud. Like we were on our way to a restaurant and my hiccups sounded like Goofy, like excuse me. Yeah, like Goofy from well, I guess I don't really need to say what he's from. Plus, I don't remember what he's from. Mickey Mouse? Yeah. Yeah. It was like oh yeah, oh yeah. It was not fun. And then everyone in the car is making fun of me. And I'll remember forever. Worst car ride ever. No. Oh yeah. So like I said, these are already dry and I just put those down. Lime juice and bitters will help. What are bitters? Like I've heard it before. Is bitters like cough syrup? Why do I not know what that is? I should. I should know what that is. I feel like I probably shouldn't have asked that. That's like a really stupid question, but you know, too late now. Full of excuses, huh? Let's see. I'm watching from studio, so I'm slacking on links. Oh, that's all right. I'll I'll let it slide this time. Yeah. Such a nah, that's a little. Hmm. I keep getting distracted by thinking about so many things at once. That is starting to look a little bit like a little bit like a human. Finally, it took long enough. Well, I'm gonna hold it back and actually show it from a proper angle. Maybe if I zoom in. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Shaky, because I zoomed in and out at the same time. I want to see if that effect that they use in movies works. Hold on. If I lean forward and zoom in or zoom out at the same time, it should make the background move, but that stay the same. It kind of worked to some extent. They're usually an ingredient for alcoholic drinks. At least that's all I know they're used for. Well, if it's just an ingredient and there's no alcohol, then yeah, then I can try that. It already seems like it's gone away. I don't know. I either get hiccups for like a really long time or no time at all. And this time it looked like I didn't get hiccups for very long. Hmm. You know, it looks like I might actually want to do some more detailing on his little coat, his little winter jacket. Bitters is alcohol. Huh. Then I might I might not try that then. Yeah, you know. Bitters is traditionally an alcoholic preparation flavored with botanical matter, so that the end result is characterized. Hold on, characterized by bitter or bittersweet flavor. Okay, sheesh, you got the whole dictionary definition in there. Well, now I know exactly what bitters are. You guys might not if you didn't actually read the comment because I stuttered so much, but I know. I'm gonna have to cut this in half. And that sounds like randomly super like angry and violent. I mean, I literally have to cut this in half to hollow it out. And I am so nervous. I'm not looking forward to that at all. You have 44% alcohol. What are you trying to do here? No, I'm just kidding. Pulling your leg. Hmm. His button looks a little squished from falling. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to fix that a little. Oh, it's because I covered it too tightly. So what I'm There we go. So that looks a lot more symmetrical already. So I'm just gonna dig out underneath underneath here. There we go. That looks a lot better. Hmm. Why do I have to hollow? Oh, so I have to hollow it out because when I put it in the kiln, if I don't, it'll like be still wet on the inside. Then it won't dry all the way through and it'll crack. Yeah, not. It'll probably, yeah. So either I, you know, hollow it out and risk it cracking anyway, or I don't hollow it out and guarantee it cracks. So we'll have to see. What? Or let's see. I'm genuinely impressed, though. Really, you've done an outstanding job. Well, thank you. I totally know. I'm like awesome. No, thank you. I actually really appreciate that. I wasn't sure if it was good or not, and I know that's like weird, but like when people do a painting, or I guess if anyone here does a painting, it's kind of hard to judge by yourself if it looks proper or not because you stared at it for so long. Or maybe that's just me though, because I didn't use a reference and I just kind of guessing the anatomy here. I guess is it really anatomy or I mean it is a human, so yes. I get hangry when I'm hungry. Yeah. That's that reminds me of like those really old. Are they still like you're not yourself when you're hungry. Is that Hershey's? No. What is that? The candy bar that's like it's not your fault you like are angry. It's the fact that you don't have this candy bar. I don't remember what it was called. It's not even that old of an ad. I called it an old ad like I was like a couple years old. Snickers. That's right. Yeah, Snickers. Okay. Yeah, it's Snickers. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know why. That's the first thing that I thought of when I thought like when I hear the word hangry. Smart marketing. You're not you when you're hungry. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm just I don't think I ever get hangry, but I do get whiny. I'm not mad, I'm just kind of annoying. I'm hungry. Yeah. You don't hollow it out completely. You just reduce the mass so it can dry evenly. Really? My teacher told me I had to cut it in half and hollow it out like a pot. Really? Okay, well, in that case, that would have really sucked. Can you use the air dry clay? I can, I think. I don't know. This is technically air dry clay. I just have to fire it in the kiln after to seal it, but I probably could. I guarantee I'd be panicking the whole time though. It would be like you know, like a race against time. I'd hear like the Jeopardy clock every time I like try to start sculpting. I get super anxious. Hate having a time limit on things. Hmm. You can dry it first before the kiln. Yeah, that's what I mean. It would look great dipped in bronze, actually. Yeah. Or like cast it into something. Suggestion, if you're gonna cut it, then don't put so much detail until you put it back together. That's true, actually. I do plan on cutting it down this side, like, you know, here, instead of just down, like, directly down the middle. But yeah, that's a good idea, actually. I'm gonna cut it behind the ear because I do not. You could not pay me to try to remake those. Ears are the worst. Making a whole human head, that's fine. The ears, never again. I hated that. Yeah, not fun at all. Not fun. People tell you sculpting is fun. You know, they're not necessarily lying, unless they fail to mention the ears. Ears are not fun. Anyone who's good at sculpting ears is either a liar or like incredibly gifted and should be awarded a Nobel Peace Prize because it's so hard to do. What did you just say, Mom? Wet Willie? Oh, because I was. Yeah, that I didn't even. Well, now I know. I know what that looked like for you guys anyway. I didn't even think. Ears are insanely hard. They are not fun to work on. I'm not even done yet. I just did the very bare minimum so I can do the details later. I procrastinated. Procrastinated. That's what I did. So I'm just gonna build a little more shape into the nose here. That already looks better. So just flatten it out underneath a little bit. That looks a little goofy. I regret doing that. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't do that. Well, I mean, I can't pretend I didn't do that. I did do that. Just fill it in a little bit. Yeah, I made it look like he has a runny nose. That is not what I wanted it to look like. Yeah, I think the cigarette was a good call. Maybe it's just a really thick toothpick. My sculpture in school was a bust. Literally, I didn't scoop enough and the head blew up in the kiln. Oh, okay. That, I see what you did there. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I want that to happen, but if it has to, I really want to be able to get a video of it because that's like good content. I said that already, or kind of said something similar already, and I mean it. If it must explode, let it be on camera. Yeah, that looks a little bit more like an eye. It's it's somewhat convincing. Uh, I could like, hmm, hold on. I should do a little detail on the eyebrow. Just a tiny bit, because I don't really want to figure that out right now. Put some red orange paint on the cigarette tip. Oh yeah, okay. It's on the end. I didn't know which end I was supposed to color, so I just kind of pretended like I knew what I was doing. There we go. That looks, it looks a little bit more like an eyebrow. One could one could convince another person that that's an eyebrow. Yeah. You'll notice I also tried to do like the zooming in while moving forward thing again out of pure curiosity. I just had to. I really want it to work. I can't tell if it's working or not. Let's see. Spoken like the child of YouTubers. If you must explode, make sure you're filming. Yeah. Huh. You know? Maybe that's not a very good lesson. I'm gonna give him little eye wrinkles. Whatever those are called. Squinkles. Squinkles? Squint wrinkles. I'm squinkles. I really just said squinkles. I hope that's not like a word like taken out of context that actually means something really bad and I just didn't know. Because I've done that before. You'll need a kiln with a glass door. Yeah, that's true actually. Maybe I'll just like torch it with a blowtorch or something. Who needs a kiln when you have like hairspray and a lighter? That seems like a good idea. Here, what did... I missed it. Oh, there we go. Here's Matthew's comment. The sculpture reminds me of the pictures of the dead at the Battle of Gaines' Mill and the American Civil War. Well, that's deep. And you know, it kind of does have that look a little bit because of the color. Most of my pieces are up for interpretation. Like I didn't like with this, I had no meaning in mind. I just thought, what's a person look like? What should his clothes be? I don't know. Something isn't super hard to make. Maybe like a puffy jacket. That isn't super tight. Let's see. Go to Provost and use Mary's Outback. The kiln that is. Yeah. I think I think yeah, I was just reading my mom's comment. I don't think what will you not approve, Mom? Me torching it with a hairspray and a light? I think that's a good idea. Yeah, no, the kiln idea is actually pretty good. Uh, Except I don't think it's there anymore. And also, like, hmm, I don't know. Is it there? I don't. I think it might be a surprise if I just like showed up in Provost and started using the kiln. You know, whatever. They can't stop me. I'm making pottery. Yes, it's still there. Well, now I know where I'm going. That still feels like it's decently moist. However, I'm going to put this moist paper towel on his shoulders again because I don't want it to harden. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like my internet is cutting out again. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. Here, am I back? Am I back? Can you guys hear me? Oh, it didn't say disconnected. It just said a loading thing. Oh, can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm good. Uh, let's see. Oh yeah, my dad had a wound from the Civil War when he dropped the pistol on his foot. I was there. I was there when it looked like he broke his toe or something. Maybe he did. I don't really remember. It was, I thought he was just like being like goofing around. Like all I saw, I heard like a thump and then him hopping around on one foot like a cartoon character that just stubbed their toe. Yeah, that was an interesting experience. That pistol, that pistol got one more. I guess, you know. Ah, oh, there we go. Still loading again. That's super annoying. It looks like I'm cutting out a lot, so I'm gonna turn the camera around. There we go. Here I'm gonna scoot back so you guys can see me in my. There, I'm gonna move that. Thank you guys all very much for watching. I'm glad everyone could be here. It was fun. I will be back. I will be putting up an actual video, you know, regarding this. And actually, the lighting on that is way better now. That looks way more dramatic. That looks so much cooler. Yeah. Look at that. That is kind of cool. Yeah. It looks a lot older in this lighting. You're not cutting out at all. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm not, but I'm still going to end the live feed because I'm already on a roll. You know? It's cutting out for me, which is annoying enough. Thank you guys all very. Okay, just a really, really quick side note. That looks a little bit like Bill Nye the Science Guy from my angle. Like, in this lighting, that's such a weird observation. Not up close, but like from that certain angle, it reminded me quite a lot of Bill Nye. Yeah, good night, everyone. Thank you all very much for joining. And until next time, bye. Oop. If I can hit the button. There we go. Bye, everyone.